I mean, the big one was when we went, or almost had an accident with the flatbed truck going into the shallow end of the Olympic-sized swimming pool when we were all in the carnival episode. I mean, it could have been disastrous.
And how did that happen?
But it wasn't. And David actually had 4 cameras on it, and he kept the whole sequence in, which David will tell you. Excuse me. And I mean, his brother nearly drowned in it, but nobody did get hurt, and it was all kept in. The 4 cameras were on that scene, 4. And we didn't know until it was actually done that there were 4 cameras on it. And he was just marvelous. He was a marvelous director, David Croft. And I think he excelled himself more in Hi-de-Hi because it lent itself. It was an expansive plot. The canvas was expansive. So he had a ball. He had a great time as a director.
Wow, fantastic! And how exactly did the flatbed truck?
Flatbread.
How did that? Yeah, I'm hungry. Yeah. How did it run into a problem exactly?
Well, we pulled it down because
what actually happened?
Steps
sorry.
going down. There were steps.
Go on, David. You tell him.
Well, there were steps. There were steps going into the pool. And we pulled this cart, and it looked ginormous when you pulled it down. And actually, there was a restraining wire, but it was down to a single thread at the end. And David said that was the nearest he'd ever come to a tragedy. But it was a big, heavy cart, and that we'd given it momentum as well. So
yeah,
it was a very, very frightening moment.
Wow.
But
yeah, sounds.
Can I just say that before that happened, I don't know which prop man decided, but there was an actual live fire on the truck. Do you remember that, David?
I do, absolutely.
There was a live, yeah. And they decided that my part in all this shindig was going to be with a blonde wig on and a corset and bloomers, and I was going to be the one that the Indians had caught, and I was on a totem pole next door to this fire that got bigger and bigger as the wind blew. So I was very pleased actually when they decided that we were going to go into the Olympic-sized swimming pool, because that again could have been disaster, but it wasn't.
So the whole problem was we hadn't rehearsed running into water with these fiberglass horses.
No,
if we hadn't rehearsed that, we perhaps would have been, ready for it. But it was just so unexpected, and the drag of the water just pulled you under.
Yeah, but David, I mean, he was amazing that we didn't know that there were 4 cameras on that, did we?
No, we didn't. And
we didn't know that he'd put 4 cameras on it.
Wow.
And he had. He was just amazing. He really, really was.
Jeez.
It looked good.